Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. We're on Bar Street in downtown Paphos. We're outside the Marika Lounge Bar and progress is taking place. For those of you who follow the channel, you may have remembered that this part of the side on the front terrace was all battered and knackered. But my mate, Steve, has panelled it all up. That's going to get plastered, and the idea is to make perhaps a hanging garden on that particular wall. He's also working on the roof. We've rolled back all of the upstairs felt and found quite a few beams that are, well, rotten to the core. But slowly but surely, we're going to replace them and we're going to sort out the felt. And if we go inside, you'll start to see some of the improvements that are slowly taking place. We're in a bit of a dilemma outside. We're pondering, should we actually remove this deck or should we repair it? Lord Lee, a man called Duke Iam, says to remove it. And we're in this dilemma. We're pondering over the next few days what's best to do. Steve says he thinks it would be best to actually repair the piece at the front and make disabled access for pushchairs and wheelchairs, and then sand it all down and then recoat it. Who knows? We'll decide it over the next few days, but you drop in the comments, what do you think that we should do? Let's take you inside and show you one or two of the improvements that are taking place. A bit of plastering going on, by the way. We've got a new ceiling that's gone up. And we've got possibly the greatest plasterer in the world, filling all the seams and all the edges and all the cracks at the moment. And then, of course, it's going to be skimmed and painted and decorated. And then, of course, the new lights are going to go up. But there he is, a master at his craft. It's always fascinating to watch someone who really knows what they're doing, isn't it? Puts that little bit of plaster onto his trowel and skims it over, and of course he's filling in all of the joints on our brand new ceiling. For those of you new to the channel, well, go hunting back in our back catalogue and you'll see what an eyesore that this ceiling was. And it really was an absolute disaster. So the best solution was to repanel it, rewire it obviously, and then it'll be painted and licked into shape with a little bit of glamour very, very soon indeed. And that in the background is the M&M Lounge Bar, the biggest bar in the world, well, certainly in downtown Paphos. This is the Hollywood staircase, by the way, and we're going to go up there in a second, and of course that will be the Wall of Fame. If you want to get your name on a brick, well, you know what you do. You go and hunt us down on PayPal. All you've got to do is look up these magic words, Paul G. Cyprus, that's P-A-U-L, as in Paul, G-E-E, there's the surname. And of course that magic word Cyprus, up will come my smiling face, and of course the face of the most beautiful woman in the world, Marika, Masachin, Christina Booth. And there she is over there. Let's go and see what she's got to say, although she's not mic'd up.
Not very beautiful at the moment, and I don't have camera. Hello, everybody. How nice to see you again and again. I'm not pretending on the most beautiful this time. I am just thinking that I am ready to put the gloves up to here, and I'm ready to put the boots up to here, and then I will actually start doing what I have to do. So we're just here to see what the boys are doing with the ceiling, and the ceiling is going on not too bad. I think that it's totally changed the look of it. Really amazing how one job, when it's done, how it can change whole look of the area.
Yes, indeed. These little jobs take time, but of course they do transform the place. Just over there, by the way, is Lady Galina. Often comments on the YouTube channel, she's hiding behind a pillar, but a very good lady indeed.
A shy person here, so she's shy enough in order not to appear, and this is understandable. Forgive us for this.
There she is, she's hiding. She's hiding around the back. Let's go outside onto the terrace. You may have noticed the windows are a little bit cleaner as well, because Christina Booth has had them all out and, well, been scrubbing 15 years of built-in grime. Outside terrace, great view over those treetops, by the way, is the blue Mediterranean Sea. So we're on the outside upstairs terrace. I'm climbing onto a wall and almost falling over. There's that man down there again, working quite hard. And this is the roof that he's working on. And he peeled back the front bit before and took out all sorts of, well, rubbish, which was blocking all the gutterings. He's got to peel back it again and put in some new beams, and then obviously do some felting. And this is the outside upstairs terrace to the VIP lounge bar. Plan on that wall over there, for those of you who follow the channel, is to make, again, one of these hanging wall gardens, which I think will look quite nice. Then there'll be 3 or 4 sails, new lights, new decor. Going to be a great place for you to sit and sup on that pint or two. Here she is again. Let's go and have a word with her.
Well, give me that thing and I'll give it to you back. I'll stick to you back. What I would like to say, first of all, I started to decorate, to maskinate the bicycle. The bicycle needs a lot of masking tapes, by the way. I realized it now, not now, when I started. And now I think that when I do all maskination of the bicycle, then on the top of it, it's going on like a paint, something like that. And then the decoration, the most favorite of mine is going to be on. It means decorating with the flowers, you know, those flowers which are falling down and hanging maybe a little bit from the bicycle. And all this is going to give a very unusual shape to it. The shape of the bicycle is going to be kept. But then overall, if you put a little bit LED lights around this, on that areas where the round wheels are tires of the bicycle, it's not having the tires, of course, it's all metal. But what I mean by it, that if you repeat the shape of the bicycle with the LED lights, you know, coming up very, very strictly, you have to be very careful there. I believe that bicycle will attract your attention, our dearest members of family. And the most important is just something that has been made by your hands. This is the most important. And if you enjoy the process, it means the people should like it. And I hope very, very much that you all will like the look of it. And not only the look of the bicycle, many other areas in the bar.
Hopefully, yeah. Well, I'll say hopefully into the mic now. There's the bike. And slowly but surely, Priscilla Booth is masquinating it, as she says. Then it's all of me tinkered with. And Lord Lee was in here yesterday. Thank you very much for our present, Lord Lee and Lady Vicky. And he said, why don't you use that bike to make the Marika and me sign? So perhaps now we will bling it up and have Marika and me on it in neon, and then take it outside. There's Lady Gilina again, hiding behind the back of Marika, and mount it on top of the roof, so that when you guys walk past, 1, it'll be unusual, and 2, I've no doubt it'll catch your eye as you're walking down the most famous street in the world, which of course is Bar Street. Right, let's get back downstairs and have a look at some of the other bits and bobs that are going on. And there is quite a lot going on, by the way. A lot of people have said, oh, there's not a lot going on. There is. It's just that the workmen are in and they're out, and those bits and bobs. We've got water now. We mentioned this in an earlier video, and that's the Wall of Fame, by the way. If you want your name on it, on a brick, don't forget, Paphos Cyprus, on, of course, the little platform known as PayPal. There he is, greatest plasterer in the world. He's plastering away like crazy. Always good to watch a professional. Let's go into the rear area of the lounge bar. Excuse all the mess, but there are bits and bobs going on, and there's some new beams that have come in. They're on a floor just over here, and then we've got some new felt to go on the roof. This is where some of the plumbing has been at his work, should we say. A big box of bits and bobs, and those are all the new, I think they're called stopcocks and those sort of things that have gone onto the toilets. And there's some of the bits and bobs that have been left by the electrician. He's not finished yet, obviously. He's got a bit of wiring up still to do, especially on the new ceiling. And the next problem we've got is that someone, a few years back I think, has cut the actual mains water outside. So the water we've got at the moment is from the hot water tank upstairs. Strange system in Cyprus, but this is how it works. So today we're going to hook up the actual main feed from the water authority into the Marika Lounge Bar, which means that then we can really start to move forward with cleaning, decorating, changing bits and bobs and all those kind of things. And that there has made Cressida Booth very, very excited, because that will allow her to fill up buckets and all those kind of things. And of course, it'll allow people like myself to wash our hands after we've been doing our painting and our plastering skills. Yes, you heard it correctly. Mr. Paul is getting up close and personal with a little bar known as the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. We've also cleaned out this area over here, and we've got a great outside bar. Closed down at the moment because the electricity's off, but these shutters all go up. But if we look at the floor, if you remember, Marika was mounted on some of this a few days back as she brushed all the dust off the outside bar. If you like what you see, hit the like, smash that subscribe. Please don't forget to keep on coming back for that little bit more of our complete and utter madness as we take you on this adventure, as we transform this derelict building into, we believe, the greatest bar in the world. All you've got to do is get yourself on a big bird or a canoe or perhaps a bicycle and start paddling like crazy, because Paphos, Cyprus, Marika and me, oh yeah, we're waiting, and we really, really are waiting, especially for you. This is the lounge bar area. Not a lot's gone on here yet, apart from some rewiring, and it's being used to store, what should we call it, rubbish, all those bits and bobs. Some old former doors are leaning up against the wall there. We've got a plan for them. That's the shredded carpet, which was removed by those two naughty barons in downtown damp and dreary Cardiff, Baron Jeremy and Baron Simon. And there's some bags full of bits that we, should we say, intend to recycle. And there on the floor is the primitive way of how you mix plaster when you haven't got a plaster mixing machine and you haven't got access to water. So you have two buckets, bottles of water and some plaster, and an idiot all dressed head to toe in blue. But slowly but surely we are transforming this little bar, and that is one of the sections that has been replastered and then what they call closed troweling to make it into like a marbly effect. And you wait until it's actually finished and covered in bits of gold and bits of silver. It's going to look fantastic. There's Steve, the man in charge of the show. He's given orders, and he now is off to a local DIY shop to get two connectors and a piece of pipe to make sure that we are hooked up to proper outside mains water. Let's take you back onto the terrace and show you the view. You imagine when you get on that big bird or that canoe or that bicycle and start paddling like crazy. Perhaps you want to come and join us for breakfast, because we'll be open from 9 in the morning until late on an evening. The official launch date, for those of you who don't know, is the 15th of March 2025. And so far, there are 72 people, yes, we are shocked, 72 people who are specifically flying into Paphos just for that event. And of course, one or two of them are staying for only the weekend, and one or two are staying that little bit longer. But if you're in Paphos, anywhere around the 15th of March, please come and join us. There'll be a buffet of food and some light refreshments before the party begins. Remember the date, 15th of March 2025, 6 o'clock is when it's all going to kick off. And you're going to get a great welcome, and we will look forward to seeing you guys at the Marika and Me Lounge Bar on the most famous street in the world. That's Bar Street, downtown Cato, Paphos. And it's going to be a spectacality of an event indeed. If you want to help the channel out, keep us afloat, why not go and hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. That's how you could gift us that virtual coffee or two. And we'd say a big thank you to you guys. We also say a massive thank you to our superstar members, starting off at only €10 a month. Lady Kerry, Lord of the Tony, thank you very much indeed. Duke Phil, his girl Duchess Sharon, thank you very much. Sir Richard, Lady Julie the Nash, thank you very much indeed. Lady Kirstine, thank you over and over again. I'd also like to say a massive thank you to some of the major contributors to the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. If your name's Lord Andy, Lady Ness, thank you very much indeed. Dame Anne, thank you very much indeed. Lord Lee, Lady Vicky, we thank you from the bottom of our two hearts. Thanks for watching, and of course we will look forward to your company again very, very soon indeed.